friends, happy Saturday and welcome to my craft room. It is the Saturday after Thanksgiving and I wanted to kick off a little vlog here. I am back in the craft room because I want to start working on my quilted stocking tutorial. I have ordered some fabrics from the Fat Quarter Shop. Maybe we'll start there with what I'm working with. You can also see the absolute chaos that is this table. So I need to clean. I've got all of my stacks of things that I was showing off in my most recent video. I've got a new project I want to show you that I just cast on yesterday for no reason. Not for no reason. It's a project I want to make, but like I have no business casting anything on new. Let me start with the new project that I cast on so that then I need to find a project bag for it. Right now it's just a ball of yarn and some needles. So the new project, this is a sweater pattern by Petite Knit. It's called the Zipper Sweater Light. It's the DK weight version of her zipper sweater. And I have had this favorited for probably 3 years now. And I ordered yarn for this last spring and then just never cast it on. And, you know, I've got the yarn in my cabinet ready to go and I just felt like casting something new on. So I went for it. I am using the Farmer's Daughter Fibers Pishkin? Not Pushkin. I think it's Pishkin. I'll put it up on the screen. Oh, what is this color name? Like forage or something foresty, but it's a really, really pretty forest green color. And basically I'm recreating like a half zip sweatshirt. My very favorite version of this kind of half zip sweatshirt is basically this color green from Lululemon, and I wear it all the time. And I'm basically kind of trying to recreate myself a handmade version. So here is my start. You basically start with the thick collar that like zips up, and then you start like the yoke from there. So I cast on, let's see, this was my cast on edge. You do this kind of like Judy's Magic cast on and then start knitting up. And then eventually when I have the right length, this will get folded down and knit together to like the live stitches to kind of create a double folded collar. So eventually, let's see. So like eventually this will be double folded and will be a nice little collar on my sweatshirt. Yeah, so this is, you know, a few hours of knitting. It's 100 something stitches, 1 by 1 rib. So it's not the fastest. But I'm kind of hoping that maybe by the end of tonight, I can finish my I think I have to do like 8 or 9 inches of ribbing before I can fold it in half. So that's kind of my goal for maybe later tonight. We'll see how much knitting I actually get done today. Yeah, okay. So this is a DK, kind of like a heavy DK weight yarn. And I am knitting everything as called for a size 5 so far. So yeah, that's my new impromptu start that I didn't need to be starting, but I did. Now let me find a project bag for it. I think I'm gonna put it in this little pretty floral bag that somebody made for me. Try not to stab myself in the eye with these needles like I did in my last video. Speaking of my last video, thank you guys so much for the congrats and the well wishes on the house and the move. It's all very, very exciting, and I can't wait to be in my new space with all of that extra space. It's gonna happen in like 6 weeks, but like it feels so far from now, but I know how quickly that's gonna come. I've decided to give myself permission to not think about packing until I get home from my work trip next week. I leave on Monday morning to fly to California for work, and I'll be back Friday. So probably next weekend is when I'm actually gonna start the organizing, packing, destashing, etc. But for now, I just want to have fun back here. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to start with some cleaning and then I can start working on my quilted Christmas stockings. Let me show you though the fabrics I ordered. I am not entirely sure what I want my quilted stockings to look like, so I kind of bought myself some fabric options and I'm just gonna figure it out in the moment when I sit down to make it. So I bought myself a bunch of solid color, like Motabella solids in some kind of jewel toned Christmassy shades. So some different shades of red and pink and gold and blue and green. And I also got this super cute little like holiday stamp print to possibly use on the back of the stockings. And then I got a couple yards of just like a natural color cotton solid to use as lining. I also did pick up a mini charm pack with the fabrics from the line that match the stamp fabric. It's called Tiny Christmas by Lizzie House. And I was kind of thinking that I could make the quilted stocking tutorial like mini charm pack friendly, but I think I'm just gonna film it as like 2.5 inch square friendly because obviously if you like mini charm packs, you know they're 2.5 inches. Anyway, I don't have like a fully formed plan yet. I did also pick up something that I saw on Instagram. My friend Julie sent me this reel of somebody using this semi-permanent fusible powder. So it's by Quilters Select and Fat Quarter Shop does stock it. And you basically sprinkle this powder and then fuse your fabrics together. So like when you're basting small quilt pieces together, I've used like a spray basting, like a, what do I call it? You know, honestly, I might have thrown it away, but like my spray basting can is always clogged. It's never working. I hate spray basting, but spray basting to me keeps the fabric smoother when I'm quilting at home rather than like pin basting or just not basting. So when I saw that they had this like powder, which obviously is not going to clog because it's not like a spray, like a tacky spray, I was super interested in trying this. So I'm hoping to try it out in my tutorial and I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, grab some of that. I got a pinking blade for my rotary cutter because I was thinking about maybe including the kind of felt letters as part of the tutorial. I'm still undecided on that, but I wanted like a little pinking edge for my rotary cutter to like make those edges look nice. And then this brand Sarah Hart's, who I think they're really well known for their like woven sew-in quilt and clothing tags. She also had these super cute quilty buttons. And I don't actually have a project that needs quilty buttons, but I love a tortoiseshell. I love the quilt motif, and I don't know, I don't really have many buttons on hand. So these are 5/8 inch 10 buttons. So adding these to my stash. So yeah, this is kind of our starting place. And I also have some other Christmas fabrics that I'll probably consider. But I'm gonna set this down and I'm gonna try and clean up this tabletop before I can really do anything fun. Oh, I just realized the other thing that I could do. So I did have somebody staying with me over the Thanksgiving break, and so my guest bed was occupied, meaning I wasn't able to use it for blocking because I usually block things on my guest bed because I can keep the cats out of that room. This sweater that I showed off in my most recent video was just recently finished, and I would kind of like to take it with me on my work trip, maybe. So maybe I should get this blocking today. Yeah, I should probably do that. Okay, let's keep this handy. I really thought that I might make myself a Christmas skirt with this red and white gingham, but if I am being honest with myself, I just don't know that clothes sewing is gonna happen. Ooh, shaking the camera. I just don't know that clothes sewing is gonna happen over the next month before we move, so I may actually just build a box and pack up all of my clothes sewing fabrics and get them out of here because I'm not going to sew any clothes in the next few weeks. I know as soon as I pack stuff, I'll be like, no, I want to work on that. But no, I'm going to keep active small like knitting and cross stitch projects available, but otherwise I think I can just start putting stuff in boxes and labeling it. I'm already distracting myself. This project is one that I started last winter, and it is also a zipper sweater by Petite Knit, but it is the Dagmar zipper sweater. So it is a fully complicated, crazy, cabled amazingness that will have a zipper. Oh my gosh. How cool is this? I started this last winter. I didn't finish it, obviously. I'm just a few inches below the arms here on the body, but it's on my goals to have this done by like, honestly, I'd love to have it done by January, but I really need to start working on that if that's gonna happen this year. Shoot. Why did I start? Why did I start that green one? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I think this is gonna stay handy because I would like to put some work into this year to have this wearable while it's still winter, which means I need to have it done by, you know, February at the latest. Oh my gosh. It's so cool. Dagmar zipper sweater. I'm knitting this. Is this a worsted weight? What yarn is this? It is, yes, High Desert Worsted Weight by Knit Picks, which is a 100% American wool, non-superwash, size 7 needles. I have not worked on this one in a few months. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave this one handy. This is not gonna get packed up yet. I didn't even intend this to be a packing video, but now that's like all I'm thinking about. You know what? Maybe I should probably just start packing some stuff up, honestly, because that's gonna help me clean this room up anyways. So yeah, okay, stuff that's not gonna get packed. I'm gonna start a pile here underneath my ironing board to keep it out of the way. Halloween whips can get packed because I'm not gonna be working on Halloween for the rest of the year. Christmas whips can stay handy. I also have the socks that I started last Thanksgiving with this like very cranberry color. It's like kind of a faux cable sock. Oh, so cute. I can't leave everything out and handy, but yeah, I guess those can get packed. I have so many other socks, including I want to start a new pair of socks to take on my trip with me because I have so many Christmas sock sets and I want to use one. Some beautiful yarn scraps from recently finished projects. I actually have, I think, about 70% of each of these skeins left. I weighed them. This is left over from my rocket tee that I need to block, and I am kind of thinking either a hat or like a Sophie scarf or something out of this, because this is like a pretty substantial amount of leftovers and it's really nice yarn. But for now, they're gonna go in my scrap bins. You guys, I put that sweater in to wash in the bathtub 2 or 3 hours ago and I forgot. Yeah, okay, time to get it out and let it dry. Oops. You guys, it's blocked and it's perfect. I was a little bit worried about the sleeve length, but I trusted in the power of blocking and it's the perfect length. The fabric relaxed. Yeah. I'm about to go meet some friends for brunch and some Christmas pottery painting. Hopefully I don't get any paint on this, but I wanted to wear it. So yeah, happy Sunday. I did not get done anything I wanted to yesterday, except I relaxed on the couch. So that was what I ended up wanting to do. Maybe we'll be more productive today because I have to do all my laundry and pack for my work trip tomorrow, which I keep thinking it's next week, but next week is now. Anyways, I've also got on my I'd rather be knitting hat. So let's go eat some brunch, paint some pottery, and then I'm gonna have to pack to go to California. Bye.
He's also telling me that there's two of them. And there's a boy and a girl. I was like, okay. We'll find out.
Okay, I just got home from brunch. We were supposed to go paint pottery, do a very Christmassy fun activity, but I got too stressed about the amount of things I need to get done before tomorrow. So I just started laundry, changed into a sweatshirt because I don't know about you guys, but I don't like lounging on the couch in my hand knits because I feel like I'll wear them out too quickly by because I lounge on my couch. I don't just sit perfectly upright and normal. So I'm always worried I'm gonna wear through the elbows or just pull on them weird or whatever. So changed into my sweatshirt, but I'm obsessed with the fit of that Rocket Tee DK. The sleeves blocked out to the perfect length. It's so soft and warm, and it's actually cold outside today. So it was really nice to get to wear it. And my friends, they know I'm a knitter. They were asking me about it and they were saying they loved it. So that's always a nice thing to hear when you wear a new knit for the first time. I've got some laundry going. I'm gonna sit on the couch with Rob for a little bit and knit because I am almost done with this fold over collar. And yeah, I'll come back and give you guys updates when I get to actually folding it over and starting the yoke. Yeah, so I'll report back once I get it to that point. Come here. Do laundry.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, you can get in there. We've now reached that point of packing where I'm trying everything on that I want to take so I know what my outfits are going to be. I also want to take some hand knitting with me. And sweaters take up a lot of room, so I feel like I should take my little, what is this called? Shift cowl by Andrea Mowry. Sorry, the lighting in here is bad, but here, maybe if I, oh yeah, there you go. Okay, I think that's super cute. Okay, let's call this Tuesday outfit. Let me pick out the rest of my clothes. You guys, I have made so much progress on my zipper sweater, and I came back here to show you my progress, and I need to cake up another skein of yarn because I think I want to bring this one with me on my work trip, which I have to get up and go in like 9 hours, so I should really be getting in bed. But instead, I'm back here to show you my progress and also probably kit up another pair of socks to bring with me. Gosh, it's so crazy. It looks so striped on the camera, but in person, I mean, you can see some variegation, but it does not look striped. So anyways, but it is hand-dyed yarn, and I have been only using one skein to do the collar, but now that I am working flat, like, to do the like V, or not the V-neck, like the zipper placket, basically, what makes it a zipper sweater. I am going to start striping in a new skein before I run out of this one. That way there's like a more subtle color transition. And then I think I will just be alternating skeins of yarn as I work on this project. That way, you know, there's no like obvious pooling or striping, but apparently on camera, there's just going to be some obvious striping. Our first little try on. How cute is that? Yeah, I'm so excited about it. Since I am working flat right now, I am using my size 6 needle for when I'm knitting in stockinette stitch, and then I'm using a US 7 for my purl side because for some reason my knits are always looser than my pearls. My pearls are tighter than my knits, so therefore I go up a needle size on my purl row, and that keeps my rows looking really nice and even, and there's not like any obvious kind of rowing out that can happen when, like, if I was using a size 6 needle for my pearls as well. But then once I get in the round, I'll just be using a size 6 the whole way because I'm only knitting. Oh gosh, this double fold collar, I forgot. This was hours ago, so I've already like forgotten the pain I put myself in. But basically you knit a big, long, straight 1x1 rib and you fold it in half and you knit the two sides together. And that was my first time doing that kind of means of construction, and so I watched a little video. I thought easy peasy, but basically what happened was I started, I think, right here and started knitting and purling and joining the two sides all the way across, and I got literally to about 3 stitches to the end here and realized that I had dropped a stitch. I had dropped the second stitch of the join row, and I had to undo all of my work. It took about an hour to undo all of these double joined stitches to work back to pick up my drop stitch. I thought about just basically getting a piece of yarn and like weaving in that drop stitch, but I took the hour, I went back, I redid it, and then everything lined up, and I was able to start the short rows and start working on the yoke of the sweater. But gosh, that was like a painful kind of like 1.5 to 2 hour process of trying to join that whole row, undoing the whole row, and then redoing it all. But I did it the right way, so go me for fixing my work. I'm just kind of looking at the colors in the camera because it's so interesting how much more stripy it looks on camera. Yeah. Anyways, that is my zipper sweater. I'm going to cake up one more skein of yarn to take with me on this trip. It's only 3 nights. I don't need to take 2 knitting projects, but I like options. So then the second project I'm going to take with me tomorrow is going to be a new pair of Christmas socks. And yes, I have so many other pairs of socks that I could take with me and finish, but there's honestly nothing as fun and exciting to me than casting on a new pair of socks. And, you know, I have to go back to work after a beautiful week off. It's Monday morning. I have to get on a plane and then go work all day. So to me, that means I need a treat. And that treat is going to be a new pair of Christmas socks. So I'm going to figure out what yarn I want that to be and get it wound up and in a project bag and ready to go for tomorrow. So yeah, let's pick a yarn. Okay, this sock set from Woolberry called North Pole is going to be our winner. Hello, happy Monday. I've made it. I don't remember if I did a check-in this morning or not, but yeah, got up at like 8 this morning. My flight got a little bit delayed, so I don't think we left Austin till like 11:30. And now it is 2:30, I think, California time. I got some much needed chicken nugget and Coke Zero sustenance. And now I need to jump on some work calls and possibly run over to the office for a little bit. I did knit on my sock on the plane, so yeah, I'll show you guys the progress on that later. And yeah, I don't know how much interesting I don't know how many things there will be to film here on this trip that will be interesting craft-wise, but that's a check-in for now. I've made it to my home away from home.
Everything is in this bag. I'm going to bring it upstairs, spread it out, and I don't think I'm going to pack everything up and get his calendar ready today, but I will pack up day 1 so that he can...
Hello, good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I am just getting myself ready for work, and I was about to put on my, what's it called? I was about to put on my shift cowl, and I'm so upset. I'm gonna show you. I think a moth got to it. I haven't even worn it yet, and I think a moth got to it. So I was picking it up from my suitcase, and my finger went through it, and I was like, what? Hold on, now can I even find it? Okay, so it doesn't look super obvious, but right here, look, there's a drop stitch, and this yarn has been split that holds it together. I am so upset. I don't know what to do. And I gotta go to work. I might still wear it anyways because you can't see it. I'm just worried about damaging it more, but at this point, what am I gonna do? Oh, I don't think I've ever had knitwear damaged by bugs before. This was just folded up on a shelf in my closet, so this is really freaking me out. All right, I gotta go to work. What a freaking bummer. Okay, well, knit fit number one just involves this cowl that is now tragically got a hole in it. I don't even know, right here. So upsetting. And I really don't know what to do about it, and I really can't think about it because I gotta go into all day meetings. Hello friends, it is Tuesday night now. I got home from a work dinner a little while ago and I have just been knitting in bed, and I thought I would do a little check-in to show you my knitting progress on my projects that I brought with me, and you know, probably whine and complain some more about the hole in my knit. I got a lot of comments and suggestions. I posted about this on Instagram, and a lot of people, well, I guess people were asking like, how do I know it's bug related? I don't know for sure. And the lovely Rachel from Rachel is Knitting linked me to an article about signs to look for to know if it's bug related, but I didn't see any like, I don't know, remains or stuff that was left behind. Really all I have is just a strand of knitting that is been severed, and not in like a clean cut kind of way where it like ripped. I think it's really frayed. So I've got 2 ends of yarn right here that need to be dealt with, and then a just loose hanging stitch. So I do have stitch markers with me because I brought some for my sock. So I'm gonna kind of stitch marker at least this like hanging kind of almost like drop stitch. So yeah, I've kind of got the stitch marker through this stitch, and then I don't really know what to do about this. Yeah, see, look. This piece of thread just pulled out, and you see how it's like frayed and there's little pieces. So that's what makes me think it's like a bug that kind of ate through it, and that's what's making me terrified for my yarn stash and my sweaters at home. Ugh. When I move into my new house, I am 100% buying some sort of cedar chest or cabinet for my new bedroom to store all of my knitwear in, because I have space for it. My new master bedroom is huge. Like kind of, I mean, it's not like absurdly large, but it's just so much bigger than the room I have now. So I for sure have space to get some sort of dedicated knitwear cabinet. Oh my gosh, this, I'm just finding more and more like this piece right here. Is that visible? This piece is barely hanging on. Okay, so different options for fixing this, but I think what I will probably do, because it'll just make me feel the most comfortable, is since this is about 1.5 inches up, this is the cast off edge, I think what I'll do is just unravel back to this section and re-knit this bottom section. I have plenty of this, sorry, the colors are weird because it's night in a hotel room, but this green, oh, sorry, the light is whatever, but you can see the colors better. But this green, I have plenty of. This spin cycle, I don't know if I have enough of, but I have other skeins of Spin Cycle and other scraps that I think I could make work. So I think what I'll do when I get home is just undo this cast off edge. This is the cast off edge, right? Hold on. Yes, okay. Yeah, this was my cast on and this was my cast off. So the cast off is this. So I'll unravel to here and then just like re-knit that last section, I think. But the bigger problem is figuring out like what got to this and how to prevent it from happening to other projects, basically. Anyways, okay, let's move on to happier things. I worked on my zipper sweater a little bit last night and tonight, and I just finished a row, and since it's being knit flat right now to do like the zipper placket, I can kind of try it on. So let's do that for fun and see what it's looking like. It's like almost too big for these needles in terms of like being able to stretch it out flat, but but look at it. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. I am about 1/3 of the way through the like zipper part. I think the zipper goes down to about here, and then you have a few more rows before you split for sleeves. Oh my gosh, it's looking so good. And I did decide to start kind of striping in my new skein of yarn to avoid like any color weirdness. So I've got, I don't know, a couple more rounds left of the old skein, and I've just been striping in or alternating in this new skein. And I've just been doing that here on the end of the row, so you can see where I started with the new skein, and then I'm just carrying the thread or the yarns up the side and just switching every other row. And I'll continue that with like every time I kind of want to start a new skein, but I think it's looking really good. Really good. I'm really happy with this. Okay, sock. Let me show you my sock progress. I worked on this a little bit last night, and I think this is what I'm gonna work on for the next like 30 minutes or an hour or so before I just like pass out and fall asleep. It's so cute. This is the Scattered Pearls pattern by Summer Lee. It's part of the Hello Sailor sock set, which I have used that sock pattern set tons of times at this point. It's like one of my favorite go-to sock patterns. And so it's just like a little pearl bump, scattered pearl bump situation, hence the name Scattered Pearls. And I think I talked about this yarn, right, when I caked it up. It's a Woolberry, what's it called? North Pole something. So I just did about 20 rounds of 2x2 for the cuff. I'm following the Scattered Pearls pattern, and I think for the length of the sock, I'm gonna kind of do like a midi length, like longer than a quarter crew, because I'm already kind of at the quarter crew length, but not like a full crew sock. So I'll probably do about 40 rows of the leg before I start the heel. So I'm kind of hoping, I don't know, 20 rows might be a bit much for the next 30, 45 minutes, but maybe I can get the rest of the leg of this knit tonight and turn a heel tomorrow. I had a grand delusion that I might actually complete a whole sock on this trip, but I get so tired after work and work dinners and stuff that like I never end up knitting as much as I think I will. And my flight was so full on the way here that like I did knit a good amount, but like it was slow knitting because the guy in the middle seat was like fully taking over shoulder and arm and arm-wise of the middle armrest. So like I was, you know, in the window like trying to knit without moving my arms. Anyways, that's the knitting update. It's gonna be more of the same tomorrow, but yeah, I will check in with you guys on the flippity flip. I'm so tired. Good morning, happy Wednesday. Here's my knit fit. I'm wearing my new rocket tee, my super cozy alpaca. It's so cozy. I kind of feel like I'm wearing PJs today with these wide leg pants and this super soft cloud leg sweater. I don't know that it screams, you know, working business professional, but it screams I like to knit and I'm cozy. So anyways, happy Wednesday. Hi friends, sorry for the awkward angle. I have my little tiny tripod with me and I'm having to hunch down and kind of angle it up. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Hi, hello, it's been a little while since I talked to the vlog. It is Thursday evening. I was supposed to be flying home right now, but earlier in the week I had to extend my trip to Friday, so I'm headed home tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to come check in, show you the progress I made on the 2 knitting projects I brought with me, and probably close out the first week or so of Vlogmas. I'm very excited because 1, I'm very excited to go home tomorrow, and 2, Jingle Ball starts tomorrow, and I have signed up for the Heartstring Samplery class for the Christmas bell pull that I showed you progress on in my last video. And I have been really enjoying all of the sneak peeks the designers have been sharing of what is going to be for sale at Jingle Ball. There's some really good stuff, so I'm very excited to join that tomorrow. And yeah, I'll probably just kick off week 2 of Vlogmas tomorrow night when I get home. But yeah, let me show you what progress I made. Honestly, I did not get that much knitting time on this trip. It was a very, very busy work week, but I did do a little bit of knitting. I also caught a cold, yay. Here, oh my gosh, it's so funny. I'm like literally wearing a little half zip and knitting myself a half zip or a quarter zip. It looks so good. I'm so excited about this thing. I am really, really loving this yarn. This is the Pishkin? I don't know how you say that. Oh, I'm filming on my phone. I can't Google it. It's fine. I'll figure out the pronunciation later. It is 100%, I think, Rambouillet or American wool from Farmer's Daughter Fibers, and it's so lovely. It feels like wool, but it doesn't feel scratchy or super rustic at all, but it also feels like thick and substantial. This is a DK weight project with a 20 stitch gauge, and I think I'm getting like 19 stitches. I did do a swatch. My swatch was 18 stitches, so I went down a needle size. And I just measured this last night. I'm about 19 stitches, so mine will come out just slightly bigger than the size I'm knitting, but I'm okay with that because this is very much like, you know, supposed to be a big ol' sweatshirt like this one. So excited. Basically, I've got about, I don't know, maybe like 20 or 24 more rows of knitting flat until I'm done with, you know, the zipper part, and then I'll join in the round and split for sleeves and do all that. But this was such an impromptu cast on. I have so many other things I could be working on, but you know. Oh my gosh, also, it's not like this is like a super healthy habit to have, but when I get stressed at work, sometimes I like to online shop just to distract myself. We've all been there, right? And so this week has been particularly stressful, and I don't remember who it was. Somebody was posting about Sonder Yarn Co. recently, which is a brand of yarn, a Canadian brand, I believe, that I think I saw at Flock. Did somebody have Sonder? I don't know. I know of the yarn. I've never used it. And they do a lot of fun kits for sweaters. And I ended up buying just the skeins I wanted a la carte. I actually didn't find a kit I wanted, but last night I kitted up the Norma sweater by My Favorite Things Knitwear, I think. And I kitted it up with these colors. I don't know why I'm doing this. But anyways, this sweater, these colors, and then I also kitted up the Olga blouse by Petite Knit in these colors. And I'm so excited. I don't know when I'm gonna start them because I have so many projects I'm working on that I do want to finish, but I needed a little retail therapy last night from the hotel room, so I did it. I just like got a shipping notification immediately, and they're coming from Canada, so it'll be like, it's not immediate, right? So I think it said it's scheduled for December 14th. So of course I will share that yarn with you and my thoughts on it as soon as I get it. But the sport weight especially has some cashmere in it. I'm very excited. So anyways, the last project I've been working on has been my sock and my little Christmas sock. And so I have started the heel flap. I basically did, I think, about 20 rounds of the ribbing and 40 rounds of the leg before I started working the heel. So this will probably be what I work on the plane tomorrow because it's just small and easy compared to my sweater. But yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna leave it. I'm very excited to get home and get kind of back into my groove. I want to cross stitch this weekend on some Jingle Ball stuff, some Christmas projects, and I don't know what else. I was gonna say, oh, I wanna do this, this, and this, but honestly, I've got a cold, I'm tired. I'm just excited to be going home and hanging out on my couch and with Rob and the cats. So yeah, thank you guys so much for following along this week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!